All right, you prophecy watchers. This is a pretty good one right here. Of course, you guys will remember the fact that the Sudan signed on to the normalization agreements, and we provided plenty of analysis with respect to what was going on with that. One of the things that I thought was really interesting was we know that Sudan will be one of the attacking nations that we read about in Ezekiel chapter 38. And of course, when we talked about the normalization agreements happening with Sudan, I brought up two main points. The first thing I said was that it was a very unstable situation in the Sudan right now, and there were lots of opposing parties that did not agree with the normalization agreement or the entering to the normalization agreement. Now, here was the other thing that was interesting that I brought out at the time, and that is, if it did work out eventually with the Sudan, then there would be an actual fulfillment of what we also see in Ezekiel chapter 38. Because yes, the Sudan will be one of the attacking nations, but remember, we talked about the fact that Israel will actually have a good relationship with the nations that attack them, at least with a few of them. And so it's kind of interesting when now you go back and you read the recent news article about the Sudan, where now the Sudan is basically saying they are unhappy with the terms of the normalization agreement. Now, when they say the terms of the normalization agreement, you might say, well, why did they go ahead and sign the agreement in the first place? Well, it has nothing to do with that per se. It has to do with the fact that they feel like they're not getting what they were promised, right? The previous presidential administration promised that there would be certain things that would be happening. And of course, that would have been largely incumbent upon his reelection. But because he was not reelected, now there's a new administration in the picture, and they're not necessarily honoring the terms of the normalization agreement. Surprise, surprise, they don't want good things for Israel, and we should not be surprised with that at all. However, it is very important to note the fact that even with the unhappiness of the Sudan, we still see it all coming together for the region. One of two things is going to happen, right? Number one, the United States is going to say, oh, no, don't leave Sudan, we're going to take care of you, which is highly unlikely. Or there is going to be some form of natural propagation of despondence amongst all of the people that are a part of this particular part of the agreement, and there will be some division. And that division may be very well enough for the hero of the region, Mr. Putin, to jump in and to sort of help stabilize everything. No matter how you cut it, you guys, this is coming together. When you look at what we read about in Ezekiel chapter 38, this stuff is coming together, and we should not be surprised that Sudan is feeling the way that they're feeling. Again, this just adds to what we know is going to happen. This sort of agrees with it all. What's going to be the final end game here? I don't know. Maybe this is what needs to be made strong by the Antichrist when he comes into the picture. I really don't know, but I do know this. I know that the more and more we are alive and we allow every day to go by, the more evidence we see that Jesus Christ is coming soon. Let's keep our eyes open, pay attention. When things change with the Sudan, I'll let you know. But goodness gracious, things are literally moving in the direction that the Bible said they would, and we should be rejoicing. Jesus is coming soon. Let's get excited about it, people. God bless you.